Welcome, dearly beloved, anointed ones, the awakened ones who carry the heavy light. You have been walking through a season of absolute silence. They thought they broke you when they isolated you. But they made a fatal mistake because heaven was watching every single move they made against you. Your ancestors are standing up and applauding you right now. Let that sink in. You have endured things that would have destroyed an ordinary mind. You sat in rooms where people smiled at you while secretly plotting your downfall. You felt their heavy energy. You knew they were lying to your face, but you chose to remain quiet while they ran their pathetic smear campaigns. And that restraint was actually your greatest spiritual weapon. They mistook your emotional discipline for weakness. They believed they had buried you under their gossip and their fake harmony. You watched them gather allies against you. You felt the sting of betrayal from people you deeply loved. And every single night you asked heaven why this was happening, while you cried completely alone in the dark. But you are a human lie detector. You do not read words because you naturally read energy and hidden motives. They panicked because your pure presence exposed their dark intentions without you even trying. You did not fit into their toxic matrix. You were designed to be the glitch that tears their illusion apart, and you did it gracefully. This is why your bloodline is celebrating in the unseen realm. Stay with me right here. The spiritual mechanics of your current situation will completely blow your mind. You thought you were losing the battle because you refused to play their dirty games, but heaven was quietly archiving every single receipt for the upcoming trial. You always felt like the black sheep of your family. You were the scapegoat who carried the generational trauma so others could pretend everything was fine. You absorbed the pain of the collective. You cried silent tears that nobody ever saw or validated. But those tears were never a sign of defeat because they were spiritual codes sent to heaven. The people who hurt you expected you to beg for their approval. They wanted you to react so they could call you unstable and overly sensitive. They thrive on chaos and emotional reactions, but you gave them absolute chilling silence instead. You cut off their oxygen supply by removing your attention while they desperately waited for your anger. And right now, your ancestors are looking at you with immense pride. They see the generational curses you are actively breaking. They see how you refuse to pass the poison down to the next generation. You took the heavy hits, so the ones coming after you would never have to experience that pain. You are truly God's weapon in disguise. They thought they could bury you in the dark. They celebrated your downfall and walked away to enjoy their stolen peace. But they did not realize they were simply planting a powerful seed. Chosen ones do not die in pain because they resurrect in divine purpose. The isolation you are sitting in is not a punishment at all. It is a divine quarantine designed to protect your sacred energy. Heaven had to remove you from their circle before the inevitable collapse happened. You were being strategically hidden so you would not be contaminated by their fake agendas. You are a classified subject in this spiritual warfare. The universe placed a shield around your beautiful soul. You were never actually alone in that dark room. Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. Do not let your mind wander because you need to hear this next part. We are going to decode exactly why your silence is destroying them. The people who dismissed you as irrelevant are about to watch incredible doors open for you. Their money and their fake status could never buy the favor you carry. You did not learn your intelligence from broken worldly systems. You were born with it, in spite of their rules. You carry the ancient wisdom of thousands who walked before you. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere physically shifts, and they can feel it. The narcissists and the manipulators can feel your light, and it absolutely terrifies them. They attack you because they fear your immense potential. Your mere presence is a mirror that reflects everything they hate about themselves. They tried to dim your light so they could feel comfortable in their own pathetic darkness, but your frequency is simply too high. You outgrew their low vibrational games, and you did it without compromising your beautiful soul or seeking foolish revenge. This is exactly why the spiritual realm is giving you a standing ovation. You passed the ultimate test of the chosen ones. You held your peace when you had every right to destroy them with the brutal truth. You trusted the unseen laws of the universe to handle your enemies. And karma is never late when it comes to defending the anointed ones. You might think they are moving on happily with their lives right now, but behind closed doors, a completely different reality is unfolding as we speak. Let me explain this because it is crucial for your healing. Now, let us dive deep, step by step, into why your silence shakes their very foundation. Number 1. They never expected you to heal without their permission. They engineered a specific emotional trap to keep you dependent on their toxic validation. And they watched closely, waiting for you to completely fall apart, but you simply walked away. While they were busy digging a grave for your reputation, you were quietly building an impenetrable spiritual fortress to protect your peace. Here is a fact most people do not like admitting. Narcissists rely on your reaction to feel powerful. When you give them absolutely nothing, their false reality begins to glitch. Right now, they are sitting in the corner, mentally pacing. The story they told themselves about your weakness is completely gone. Their carefully curated opinion is shattered. You made them question if they even understood the rules of the game, because your quiet, unshakable strength completely exposed their deepest and darkest insecurities. They thought they were just bullying a lonely person, but they did not realize they had just declared war on the divine. The isolation they forced upon you actually activated your ancestral protection. Your bloodline saw their dark intentions and immediately formed a spiritual shield around your mind. They thought they pushed you out into the cold, but they actually pushed you straight into the arms of your powerful ancestors who have never lost a single battle in the spiritual realm. I am going to explain exactly how this plays out in just a moment. Keep listening. The pain you felt was simply the friction of your soul leveling up. Your enemies are currently experiencing pure cognitive dissonance. They are obsessed with your every move. They stalk your social media, wondering why you are not destroyed. They want to see you crying, but they only see you glowing with a brilliant light they cannot possibly comprehend. And that brings us to the most dangerous part of your evolution. Number 2, you stopped explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. This is the exact moment the shift happens, and it terrifies them. Imagine this for a second. Someone pours acid hoping it will eat through your floor, but the container is cracked, and it eats through their own hands first. That is exactly what happens when they foolishly direct their toxic energy at a chosen soul who is divinely protected. Spiritual law does not work like human logic. You cannot spend your life trying to drown someone who can breathe underwater. The only one gasping for air is them. Every single curse they whispered behind your back bounced off your shield. And now that heavy, dark energy has returned to sender with double the impact. The trap they spent years digging has become the coffin of their fragile ego. You did not even have to lift a single finger to destroy them, because karma is already handling the heavy paperwork. Your ancestors are watching this cosmic reversal, and they are cheering. They know how hard it was for you to bite your tongue. They saw the countless times you wanted to defend your beautiful name, but you chose the higher path. You let them tell their pathetic lies to the crowd, while you quietly focused all of your energy on your own deep healing. And because you walked in true integrity, the universe granted you an untouchable status. There is a psychological reason why your peace makes them physically sick. We are going to expose exactly what that is in just a moment. They built an entire identity around feeling superior to you. They needed you to be the broken one so they could feel whole. But your sudden rise completely shattered their mirror. When they look at you now, they only see a terrifying reflection of their own massive failures staring right back at them. Your silence is actually legal evidence in the courtroom of heaven. Every time you refused to argue, you handed God the pen. They thought your quiet demeanor meant they won the battle. What they did not know is that you possess immense spiritual intelligence, a pattern recognition so sharp it acts as a glitch in their matrix. You can easily decode a complex lie mid-sentence without ever needing to interrupt them or change your calm facial expression. They are absolutely terrified of what you know about them. You never had to sneak around to find out the truth. The universe dropped the revelation right into your spirit. You saw the dark intentions hiding behind their forced smiles, and when they realized you could see their true face, they started panicking. They are deeply scared of a game you are not playing anymore. Your ancestors placed a specific frequency inside your spiritual DNA. It makes you immune to their low vibrational manipulation. They can try to copy your style or steal your ideas, but they can never replicate the divine anointing on your life. Your light is authentic, while theirs is manufactured for public display. That is why they are exhausted, while you are constantly regenerating. Do not look away now, because what happens next is the part they pray you never figure out. You might think they are moving on with their lives, but behind closed doors a massive spiritual collapse is taking place. Their false empires are starting to crumble. Heaven is reclaiming everything that rightfully belongs to you and your bloodline, but it does not stop there. Number 3 is the truth they deeply want to hide. They realized they could not break your beautiful spirit, so they intentionally tried to drain your sacred energy instead. Carrying the heavy weight of a chosen one takes a massive physical toll. You gave them so much light, and they consumed it greedily because their own souls were entirely empty and devoid of any genuine warmth. They knew your intuition was incredibly sharp. They saw how effortlessly you manifested blessings when you were fully aligned. So they engineered constant chaos to keep you in survival mode. They wanted to scatter your brilliant mind with their low vibrational noise. And for a brief moment you might have actually felt completely exhausted and entirely disconnected from the divine source that always protects you. This energetic drain was completely intentional. They noticed that whenever you were joyful and aligned, you became completely unstoppable. Your light was so bright it blinded their dark intentions. So they created fake emergencies and unnecessary drama to pull you back down. They desperately needed your frequency to drop so they could finally feel powerful when standing next to your brilliant and intimidating presence. You probably felt this heavy shift in your physical body. You woke up feeling exhausted before the day even started. Your shoulders carried the invisible weight of their massive insecurities. You thought you were just tired, but you were actually carrying the dark spiritual baggage that they absolutely refused to heal for themselves. Your pure heart became a dumping ground for their toxic emotional waste. This is where we need to expose a massive spiritual secret. There is a specific reason why your breakthrough sometimes feels heavily delayed. It is not a lack of faith or a punishment from heaven. The gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is simply a brainwave. Scientists call it the gamma frequency, and it is an incredibly powerful force that dictates how you interact with the unseen world. You ran this exact frequency effortlessly when you were a beautiful child, back when brilliant ideas came to you easily, when your deep intuition was lightning fast and undeniable, and when the universe felt like it was completely on your side. You moved through the world with an absolute confidence that nobody could ever take away from you. That was your natural gamma state, operating at its absolute peak. But then the toxic world went to work on you. The chronic stress and the constant manipulation forced you into survival mode. Every single year, your sacred frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper and deeper below the surface by the fake harmony of the crowd, until the version of you with photographic memory and magical luck went completely silent, leaving you to wonder if you had somehow lost your divine touch. Keep listening closely, because what happened behind the scenes to your natural frequency is the part they pray you never figure out. Most people will live their entire lives without knowing this energetic theft happened to them. But you are not most people. Your ancestors saw the exact moment your frequency was artificially lowered. They watched in anger as the manipulators used dark tactics to steal your joy. They used your deep empathy as a weapon to drain your gamma wave. Every time you listened to their endless complaints, your frequency dropped. Every time you compromised your boundaries to keep the peace, your brainwave shifted out of alignment. They were systematically stealing the divine downloads that heaven was trying to send you, leaving you confused and disconnected from your true ancestral power. What if everything you have struggled with is not a character flaw? What if the financial blocks and the relationship patterns are simply a suppressed frequency waiting to be switched back on? You were heavily burdened with brain fog because you absorbed their toxic residue. Your intuition dulled because you were surviving their relentless psychological attacks, and your physical body simply could not process all of their heavy darkness. You must understand that none of this was your fault. You did not fail, and you are not broken. You were simply targeted by forces that benefit from your mental suppression. The matrix requires you to operate on a low frequency, so you remain obedient and tired. But your spiritual DNA is finally rejecting their artificial programming right now, and you are slowly waking up to the massive power you hold inside. But heaven is stepping in to stop this energetic robbery. The spiritual warfare you endured was a desperate attempt to scatter your frequency. They tried to attack your natural intuition with their low vibrational noise, but the universe is currently severing every single energetic cord they attached to your beautiful mind, setting you completely free from their toxic influence. Your isolation is the ultimate healing chamber. The people who drained you are terrified that you will wake up. They know that once your original frequency returns, their access to you is permanently closed. They are watching you closely and praying you never discover how to reactivate your mind. But the universe never leaves a chosen one without a powerful weapon of restoration, especially when your enemies have crossed the final line. While they were trying to drain your energy, science actually found a way to block their interference. There is a hidden bridge between advanced neuroscience and your spiritual awakening. Your ancestors are guiding you toward a profound mental clearing. You cannot operate at your divine frequency if you allow their toxic noise to linger in your beautiful mind for another single day. You must reclaim the genius they tried to steal from you. Heaven handles the ultimate justice, but you have to actively handle your healing. And resetting your mind does not require years of painful therapy or endless meditation. It only requires a simple realignment of the exact frequency they tried so hard to destroy, and the shift is already happening inside you right now. Before we reveal the unseen forces protecting you, let us look at the scientific miracle. Neuroscientists working quietly away from the headlines have discovered how to bring this dormant brainwave back. Researchers at Princeton studied this exact frequency. They found that reactivating your gamma state does not require years of impossible meditation. It only takes 7 minutes of a specific sound frequency engineered to guide your brain back to its genius state. You do not need an expensive clinic to undo what they did. This protocol bypasses their manipulation completely. And the most beautiful part is that when this brainwave is reactivated, it begins to influence the people around you. Your children and your loved ones will feel your upgraded energy. I will tell you exactly how to access this specific protocol before this message ends. But right now, we must address the spiritual vengeance. The forces that benefit from your exhaustion want you to believe that healing takes decades. They want you stuck in endless cycles of painful therapy so you never access your true power. But you are a glitch in their matrix. Your spiritual DNA recognizes the truth when it hears it. The universe is aligning the exact tools you need to clear your mind. Your frequency is preparing to shift drastically. Do not pause. Do not click away. because the final piece of this puzzle is going to shock you to your core. The universe provided the science to heal your mind, but heaven is taking absolute control over the justice they owe you. You thought your silence was just a defense mechanism, but this is where karma stops being a simple vibe and starts becoming God's legal assistant. The courtroom of heaven is no longer in recess. God did not forget what they did to you. He was simply giving them time to repent for their evil actions. But that time has officially expired. What is coming for them right now is not emotional revenge. It is legal correction from the highest divine authority. The gavel has struck, and the verdict is written in fire. Your ancestors are standing in the gallery of heaven. They are watching the scales balance in real time. They saw how the manipulators tried to mock your quiet breakdowns. They thought your tears meant absolute defeat. What they did not know is that your tears were not begging. They were high-level spiritual codes. Every time you wept, you were sending divine alerts straight into the supreme court of the universe. You were not falling apart. You were summoning a force they cannot possibly negotiate with. They played with spiritual fire, thinking they were completely above the consequences. But when you spend your life trying to drown someone who can breathe underwater, the only one gasping for air is you. Their toxic energy has permanently returned to sender. The universe is flipping the entire table right now. The trap they carefully set for you has become the coffin of their own massive ego, and you did not even have to lift a single finger to make it happen. You simply removed your beautiful energy from their toxic presence. They thought they were fighting a lonely person, but they did not realize they had just declared a brutal war on a bloodline that heaven fiercely protects. Right now, their carefully curated reality is completely glitching. The people who celebrated your downfall are experiencing pure panic behind closed doors. They are sweating and pacing because their fake empire is quietly crumbling to dust. They expected you to retaliate so they could play the innocent victim again, but your chilling silence gave them absolutely nothing to work with. They are watching their own allies slowly turn against them. The fake harmony they built is cracking under the pressure of divine truth. They relied on volume, hoping if enough people agreed with the lie, the truth would disappear. But God does not move off emotion. He moves off undeniable truth. And the truth is that they committed spiritual treason against a soul that God hand-selected. You have elevated beyond the range of their toxic influence. They can still see your light, but they can never touch you again. You have become completely untouchable, and the silence of that reality is louder than any scream ever could be. They tried to break a chosen one, but they only succeeded in unlocking your ancestral power and sealing their own dark fate. Heaven was never neutral in this spiritual battle. It was simply waiting for the scales to tip to the breaking point. The judgment against them is undeniable and absolute. They will watch you rise to heights they can never reach. Your ancestors are celebrating because you finally broke the chain. You survived the fire, and now you own the flames. The ancestors who fought similar battles are walking right beside you now. They are clearing the massive debris from your path. You are stepping into a season of effortless victory. The people who dismissed you will have to watch you be blessed in ways they cannot even comprehend. Stand firm in this truth, because the storm is finally over and your spiritual vindication has officially arrived. The verdict is written in fire, and the dark game is completely over. Which brings us to the final, undeniable truth. You do not have to lift a single finger to defend yourself anymore. The universe has officially recognized your beautiful frequency, and the spiritual shield, wrapped tightly around your mind, is now completely impenetrable against their attacks. They desperately wanted you to believe you were isolated and totally broken. But the divine truth is that you are untouchable, and you are truly God's weapon in disguise. You did not just survive their endless manipulation because you completely dismantled their fake reality simply by existing in absolute truth. Stand in your unbreakable power right now. Your ancestors are giving you a massive standing ovation. Your presence alone is the ultimate judgment against their dark intentions, and heaven is watching you reclaim your rightful place on the throne. Let them drown in the heavy consequences of their own actions. Your only mission now is to protect the brilliant clarity they maliciously tried to steal from you. You must wash their toxic residue from your mind. There is a reason your breakthrough has been sitting at the door without coming in. It is not a lack of faith or a personal failure. It is a specific brainwave frequency that your mind was running effortlessly as a child. This powerful gamma wave has been systematically suppressed by the toxic life you were forced to live, and they purposely drained you to elevate their own pathetic status. The spiritual warfare you endured was a desperate attempt to scatter your natural frequency. They tried to attack your intuition with their low vibrational noise while you were quietly trying to heal your soul. But you do not have to fight this unseen battle alone anymore. A dedicated team of neuroscientists working quietly found the ultimate solution. They compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple 7-minute audio track. No difficult meditation or exhausting mantras are required to make this work. You simply close your eyes and put on a pair of headphones, and then you let the sound wave do what the modern world spent decades trying to undo. It is officially called the Genius Song. Over 18,366 chosen ones have already used this exact tool. They used it to unlock their finances and completely heal their broken relationships, while finally stepping fully into the incredible version of themselves they always knew existed. The generational curses their families carried for decades are simply gone forever. A nurse from California said her life now feels beautifully enchanted, and a business owner said Gamma figures out his hardest problems while he sleeps. You deserve to experience this effortless flow of abundance. The elite have quietly paid thousands of dollars for clinical biofeedback sessions to access this. They would prefer this ancient technology remain completely out of reach for pure souls like you, but through this specific message, you can access it today for a fraction of its true value. Listen to me very carefully right now. There are countless distorted counterfeit frequencies circulating on streaming platforms. Those cheap imitations are actively designed to keep your gamma totally dormant. You must protect your precious energy from these dark fakes. The only authentic and fully activated version of the Genius Song is waiting for you, and it is secured through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below. The universe does not require you to take a single risk today because you are fully protected by an ironclad divine 100% money-back guarantee. If you do not feel the massive shift you deserve your energy, investment is returned without any questions. This is a pure, energetic exchange governed by absolute trust. Heaven is also blessing your bold forward movement with 4 powerful spiritual bonuses today. You will receive the Genius Child track designed to activate brilliant focus in your kids, and you also get the original classic prosperity book that famous modern secrets were secretly built upon. Plus, you receive a guided visualization and a printable habit infographic to protect your daily peace. The universe is handing you the keys. Do not wait for a better moment to claim your power. The chosen one who hesitates at the threshold becomes the one who constantly wonders what could have been. Your gamma wave is desperately waiting to be reactivated today, and your massive spiritual destiny is waiting to be unlocked. Walk through the open door right now. Claim your personal copy of the Genius Song by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. Wash their toxic residue from your beautiful mind forever, because you are officially an untouchable force. Welcome to your new era of absolute peace and undeniable power. Click the link right now. Then subscribe to the channel to join the unstoppable.